What they don't tell you about management consulting. Management of any kind is one of the most difficult jobs that you need to do. To be able to direct multitudes of people to make sure that they are doing their jobs well is hard enough. Imagine being the person to tell the manager how to do his job well. It might just be one person, but the burden of being the individual responsible for training and developing how they manage employees can be heavy. In addition, how they perform as a manager reflects how you are as a consulting agent. However, that is not always the case, because there is one thing that most consultants know is that even those who are at the upper hierarchy of businesses do not necessarily know what they are doing. One ex-consultant, who eventually became a writer for Forbes, said those in upper echelons in the business industry are getting by through guessing alone. This is the reason why they hire consultants, otherwise it would be pointless for the occupation to exist. If you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel to continue receiving great weekly videos on consulting. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can get informed every time I publish a new video. The management consulting industry knows secrets that the business industry does not want the public to know. Also, there are also those that ensure your success as a consultant, both of which we will discuss here one by one. 1. It is an elitist industry. At first glance, you would think that the industry promotes diversity because you will see people from all walks of life working in any branch. However, ex-consultants that work for the top agencies have reported that if you look deeper, the majority of consulting agents are from Harvard or Harvard Associates. There are also those who come from Stanford, INSEAD, and London School of Economics, but even they are few and far between. Even more so for those who came from schools perceived to be ranked between 11 and 30. 2. A module stuck in an older model. In most instances, clients at the top of management consulting agencies are top brass like CEOs who believe that the entire organization revolves around them, especially when it comes to making decisions. What this does is a repetitive cycle of the decision makers forgetting the solutions done years after it was pitched and implemented to the company. The solutions pitched during the initial presentation will have unforeseen effects, and these need to be followed up 2 to 3 years after its implementation. This is one of the most important things to remember when you are a management consultant. Follow up on how the organization is doing at least 6 to 12 months after your proposal was accepted. It is better if the consequences are identified early on to prevent from the effects seeping in too deep and corrections can be made straight away. 3. Always follow up. To become a better agent, practice following up on your previous clients because interventions might be required beforehand. It is recommended that you review their progress in 6 months. At least, you can also continue to be directly involved if that is what you prefer. Additionally, this could also make you look good as an agent and you could become highly recommended because, as much as they might not want to tell you, but company big bosses like it. If you are the company as well, make sure that you give your agents regular progress until you are confident enough that you are doing well without their direct intervention. 4. Work from the bottom to the top. Some of the wisest consultants in the industry suggest that working from the problem and working through the solution one at a time does not work all the time. Sometimes you need to know where you are going with your suggestions and find out in what ways you'll be able to reach this goal. Think of it this way, you already know what the problem is, and as soon as you identify where you are going, all you must do is fill in the middle. Think of the many ways that you can achieve the desired outcome. Trial it in your head, and if you are happy with the hypothesized outcome, list it down as one of your suggestions. As a management consultant, being able to trial and error is a necessary skill to have, especially being able to do it in your head, only because it saves time and resources to go through them one by one. 5. Management consultant and not saviors. As mentioned several times earlier, consulting agents are not the people who will solve your problems. They are there to advise and recommend solutions to your organization's problem and conduct a visit for a review a few months later. 6. A work-centered life. It is a lie if we generate this notion. However, majority of management consultants become so engrossed in their work that their lifestyle choices have become unknowingly affected by their work. You will see them read financial books to help develop their knowledge regarding the financial world. In addition, you start building connections only to network. Things that are supposed to be for leisure, hobbies, and most importantly me time has become a means to progress your career by strengthening your idea of the industry. 7. Specialize early. Like any job, you would not have any in your back pocket that you can use straight away. Luckily, you are not expected to do so if you are new. At most, you will be likely to just float around helping others. Use this opportunity to develop a skill you feel is necessary to a point that you become the person they approach when the opportunity arises. Not only does this skill help you become a better management consultant, but also a better team member. And if the skill you develop is very essential, you may even become indispensable to the consulting firms. 8. Familiarize yourself with everyone significant. Building yourself a book of connections is a convenient tool to have. That is why it is essential that you get yourself familiar with everyone that you think you will need to know of from the very beginning. And this should include who your client's competition is. This is important in order to effectively strategize against them. In addition to these significant people and organizations, you should also have a list of venues that can cater events for your clients. This can become a good weapon to have when part of the strategy that you develop is to reveal a new product or a revolutionary policy change that will change the way the organization will work in the future. It might also be important to know people within the logistics industry. There will come a time when you need manpower to help the organization that you currently work for in setting up events. This is just an added service to what you are already providing, which can only make you more in demand. 9. Working for the competition. This must be a taboo in any workplace, especially for consulting agents, because that would be betrayal in the highest order. However, the fine print might tell you that you can, as long as your working relationship does not involve revealing your previous client's secrets to them. Also, it would be worth looking at working for the competition in a different capacity to avoid countering the recommendations that you gave the previous organization that you worked with, because if you think about it, you are already indirectly revealing what the competition is doing at that point in time. 10. Develop a working relationship with the assistant. Your working relationship with your client's assistant is vital because they are the one who works closely with the head of the organization or the manager that you are working with. This is the reason why developing a good working relationship with them is vital. In fact, they must be your first point of contact and maybe your only point of contact through the duration of your time working with the organization. Strike a conversation the moment you get there and create a good first impression, because developing this relationship should start from the very beginning. In addition, being in good terms with the assistant almost guarantees that your requests are prioritized when setting up how their boss's day would go. Management consulting agencies, like any industry, have their own fair share of secrets, and they can be both good and bad. Some will allow you to grow in the profession, while others make you want to hate it. However, it has become an essential part of the business industry, and to those who are struggling, getting their help might be their last lifeline to pull them out of the gutter, and many have doubts how essential they still are. With the help of these secrets, maybe you can show them that a management consultant is still essential, especially when the business is rapidly declining, and that you are still needed in an industry that can be cutthroat if pushed. Managing a business is a very difficult responsibility to take, in spite of how well thought of and how prepared you think you are. You do not have to burden this alone, and that is why knowing what management consulting agencies do and what you should expect their agents to do is a pocket of knowledge to know about them. Because if they do not do their job as well as you expect them to, then there is no point in having them. You might as well do these yourself with what you found out. If you like the video, give us a like so we can make more videos like this one, and tell us in the comments section below what type of videos you want. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more weekly videos.